that thermometer. So I think we're going to bring Jen Norman onto the stage. I'm going to just give her a chat right quick before she starts playing, I think. We'll have to do a little bit of technical setup and get her situated with her guitar and microphone. So much of this entertainment occurred and happened because of the work of Kristen Goodman. Got to give a shout out to Kristen. She donated her time to this telethon. She helped organize it in such an amazing way. She called her friends. They've come to the table, and we just really want to give some love to Kristen. She'll be here a little later, and I really appreciate her love and energy to this telethon. So Jen, hi. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a singer-songwriter from St. Louis. I started playing music live in 2001, and that was a long time ago.
Right on.
So got a couple CDs out, all original CDs that I put out 2011 and 2016. So I'm excited about that. But
right on. Well, we're excited you're here.
All
we're
right.
excited to listen. You're our first musical guest.
All
Do you
right,
need
awesome.
anything like that? What Janie's got going on?
I think.
She's bringing it over for you.
Perfect. Yes.
All right.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, we're really thank you for being here. Oh, here we go.
Is that good?
It's like behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, all at one time at the telethon. All right. All right. Give you the stage. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all. Let's start out with the original tune. This is called Happy. Stars over the clear blue sky are shining down on us tonight. We've done something we've never done, celebrated something we've won. Too many quiet nights spent alone, not having you to hold, not enough time to talk about our future. We can't live without. It makes me so happy to have you here with me. It makes me smile so much when I see you look at me, the way you talk, the way you laugh, the way you run your hand down my back. It makes me so happy just to have you here with me. You get upset when things don't go right, but all I want is you here tonight. Just one kiss and everything will be okay. You drive me crazy when you look at me that way. Makes me so happy to have you here with me. Makes me smile so much when I see you look at me. The way you talk, the way you laugh, the way you run your hand down my back. It makes me so happy, makes me so happy. happy just to have you here with me. Thank you. So this is the first time I've ever done this, so great to be here. Okay, this next song is from my last record called Speak Through Me, released in 2016. This one's called What's Inside. The thoughts, the fight, the appetite, the wheels are turning in my mind. Memories of years gone by have me sort of frozen in time. But I'm supposed to be learning something here. Open my damn fears. So open up my heart if you like and see what's inside. My curiosity, the beast inside, sometimes hiding oh so close behind. And I'm vulnerable, and voices inside, sometimes telling me to run and hide. But I'm supposed to be learning something here, finally getting over all my if you like and see what's inside. There's butterflies under my skin, but I'm scared to let you in. The way you look right into me, there's no secrets I can keep. The scars we share, the wounds we hide, we forget all about wrapped up inside. I try so hard to let go of things I can't control, but after all this time, well, I hope I'm finally learning something here, finally getting over all my fears. Open up my heart if you like, 'cause I'm supposed to be learning something here, or at least getting over all my fears. Open up my heart if you like and see what's inside. Baby, hold on tight. What's inside? What's inside? inside, what's inside, what's inside. Thank you. Don't tell anyone, but I played that in a little bit of the wrong key. You go with it when it's live, right? This next song is called Stones. I wrote this song about being careful about what you say and words you say when you get angry or when you're feeling things inside. I think it speaks for itself. Hope you like it. Your thumbs must really have something to say. Your words explode like a hand grenade, and you don't even know. You don't even know. But every time the bell goes off, you're showing me the way, slowly tearing me apart. With every word you say, and I don't even know. I don't always show. So throw your stones at me and run away as I gather up pieces of myself that broke away in the last few months. We don't always say what we mean anyway. My tongue is on fire with words I wanna scream. I try so hard to keep quiet, but there's no stopping me, and I already know. I already know. If I throw your stones back, I'm as bad as you, and we gather up pieces of ourselves that broke into in the last few months. Don't always say what we mean anyway. I love you, and I'm sorry, so I won't cover up all bruising and scarring from the last few months. You don't mean what you say. Baby, throw those stones away. Oh, throw those stones away. Throw those stones away. Throw those stones away. Thank you. All right, do I have time for one more? All right, this is another one off of my latest Speak Through Me CD from 2016. I wrote this song, well, basically kind of for myself, but about anyone who's ever followed a dream and given things up to follow that dream, and you go so hard and you believe in yourself, and some days it's really, really hard to do that. So that's what this song is about. It's called Someday. I hope and I dream. I want to be on top of my game. I need to know there's more than this along the way. The best is yet to come. Hope that you will stay. Ooh. 'Cause baby, someday, 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 everyone will know my name. Someday, 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 I'll find my standing here naked, afraid of what you see. So I stand here breathless, praying you won't leave. I try to hold my walls up, and you break them piece by piece. No matter where we go now, I know that you love me. Ooh. 'Cause baby, someday, 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 yeah, I'll see just what they see. Someday, 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 I'll love me. I know where I belong now, and who I'm meant to be. So I hold on to hope somehow. I wonder what they see in me. I try to hold my head up high, but I get knocked off my feet. No matter where we end up, we'll have you and me. Ooh. Baby, someday, 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 everyone will know our name. Someday, 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 I'll find my way. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jen. That was lovely. Are we on? Yep, great. We're going to see you back at 1:40. Is that correct on our, oh, awesome. Fantastic. I want to welcome y'all to the MTUG first annual Trans Telethon. It's very exciting, and I am pleased to be interviewing my friend and my comrade in this liberation movement, Jill Ull.
Thank you. Hi.
Jill, would you introduce yourself and your fancy title?
Sure. My name is Jill Ull, and I am the president and founder of the St. Charles PFLAG chapter. I also serve as a regional director for PFLAG National. I oversee a 4-state area, which includes Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, and Nebraska.
Wow.
Close to 30 chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think we've known each other for a little bit now, right? I don't know.
Since 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we are intersecting here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about PFLAG. What is PFLAG for folks that don't know?
PFLAG is the largest national grassroots support organization of its kind. It's been around for 45 years and includes about 400 chapters all over the country. PFLAG originally started as an acronym, but it's kind of outgrown itself.
Oh.
So it doesn't really stand for anything anymore, but it is a parent support group for parents, families, friends, loved ones of anybody who's in the LGBTQIA plus community.
Sure. And so how has the mission grown? You say you've sort of outgrown your name. So then
Right.
how has the evolution of PFLAG been?
Well, back in 1972 in New York City, there was a woman named Jean Manford, and her son Morty was gay and was a patron of the Stonewall Inn, where he was regularly attacked and beaten up by police during the police raids that were happening at that time. There was a liberation parade. It was a precursor to today's Pride parades. And she was fed up at seeing her son and his friends mistreated so badly time after time. So she hand-lettered a sign that just said, "I love my gay son." And she marched in that parade alongside her son. There were so many other young people who wished that their parents had the same attitude. They stormed her and asked her to talk to their parents. And that's what she did. So in a very short time, she started holding support group meetings for parents of gay and lesbian kids in the basement of her home in the New York City area. The first meeting that she organized drew about 20 people. And that's where PFLAG was born. So originally it was definitely just for parents of primarily gay and lesbian children. Now it has evolved over the years, 45 years, into a huge organization with a national office in Washington, D.C., where we focus primarily, definitely still on supporting families, but also educating people, families, institutions, companies, educational organizations, and doing a lot of advocacy work on a local, state, and the national level.
Wow. 45 years.
45 years, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been involved with PFLAG? What brought you to PFLAG?
What brought me to PFLAG was having a queer child of my own. My husband Bill and I have a child who now identifies as transmasculine, but back in the early 2000s actually came out as bisexual. And we live out in St. Charles County. At the time, our schools did not have GSA clubs. We didn't have any kind of support group that I'd ever heard of, but fortunately, our child heard of Growing American Youth, which is another amazing long-term support group organization for youth in the St. Louis area. And he started attending those meetings, And that's where he learned about PFLAG. So he came home one day and said, hey, Mom and Dad, we had a guest speaker at our youth group meeting to talk about PFLAG. And that guest speaker was Dean Rosen, who was and still is the president of the St. Louis PFLAG chapter. So we started attending those meetings. We went a couple of times and decided that we could absolutely benefit from having a similar group out in our county, because at the time our child had quite a few queer friends, and we knew they had parents who would benefit from the same support that we were seeking.
Sure.
So we started the chapter in 2005, I think of it. No, it was before that. It's 2004, I guess.
Wow.
And it's been meeting monthly, every single month, ever since then, continually.
Wow.
And we've changed our location a couple times, and we've grown. And about 8 years ago, we actually brought Growing American Youth to St. Charles County.
Yeah.
So there's a group there that meets every Tuesday night at the Youth in Need Administration Building, and then every month, PFLAG meets in the same building but upstairs. So it's really awesome right now because parents can drop their kids off at the youth group support meeting and then go right upstairs to the adult support group meeting too.
No, that's great. That's
Yeah.
a wraparound service out in St. Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so how has so originally came in to support your child's identity. Your child's identity has evolved and changed as they do oftentimes. How has your relationship with PFLAG changed through that time? And how have you seen, I don't know, from 2004, 2003 to now, our liberation movement has changed a great deal.
It has changed a great deal,
Yeah.
and so have we. I remember at our very first meeting, which was taking place in a library with just a handful of our child's parents, our child's friends' parents, I remember saying, we just want to be able to get together and talk about the issues that we face and the challenges that we have. And I'm not interested in marching in any parades. That was in July. By the following June, we not only were marching in the St. Louis Pride Parade, but I was holding the banner, one end of the banner. So it was a pretty quick change. At the time, I really wasn't aware of what kind of organizations and support there were for people. But, when it's your child, you get involved, you educate yourself, you learn.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to be able to retire in 2011 from a teaching career, and that's when I really became involved. I became the volunteer coordinator and sat on the board of the old LGBT Center when it was on Manchester Road. And that's where I really learned a lot, met a lot of people like you, and started getting much more involved.
For sure.
So, now, at the time when we began our chapter, the overwhelming majority of parents were there because their kids were gay or lesbian or bisexual. Now, I would say 75 to 80% of the parents who come to our meetings are there because their kids have come out as trans or genderqueer.
Wow.
So there's been a huge change in that regard as well. And it was really kind of ironic because our child came out as trans not quite 4 years ago. So for the first decade, we would sit at these support group meetings and think that we were giving good advice and support to parents of trans kids. And then when our own child came out as trans, and we had so much more learning and growing to do, it was just kind of funny because we realized how little we knew.
Sure. Until
but
you had that lived experience.
Right.
Yeah. Which I think just makes it the perfect role in your life at this point, because you can reach so many different people on so many different levels because you've had that lived experience with your children and with the community at large.
Well, that's true, but you also learn every single week, every single month when we encounter new people and talk to folks who've been coming for a while. We all just grow and evolve together. So it's been a give and take experience, and really has enriched a lot of lives.
Yeah, for
including
sure.
my own, yeah.
Yeah. So what about the nuts and bolts of a PFLAG meeting? How does that go?
Well, PFLAG meetings are confidential and anonymous, and they're free.
Yeah.
So we allow people to talk as much as they want to talk and share and listen. We operate on a first name basis.
Yeah.
So we're really careful about confidentiality, and we just really talk about what's on our minds. Sometimes we bring in guest speakers, sometimes we watch documentaries together. but for the most part, it's really just about some talking and some listening. Our meetings last about 90 minutes.
Okay.
And each PFLAG chapter has a lot of autonomy. So I'm telling you what happens in St. Charles, at St. Charles
Right.
PFLAG meetings. Not every chapter around the country is run exactly the same way. And we do have 4 chapters in the metro area now.
Okay, all right.
We have a group meeting in Ferguson.
Yeah.
And we have a group in the Metro East in Belleville. And then we have the St. Louis chapter, which is moving their meeting location beginning in January to West County off of Ballas Road.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so,
So it really reaches all over the area.
well, it does. And, you know, there's a need all over, especially in rural areas.
For sure.
But fortunately, the national website, which is pflag.org, is filled with lots of great information. So even for folks who don't live in an area where there's a physical chapter, they can absolutely connect through the website and through Facebook.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
there's an online connection as well.
right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and your husband participates in this work as well? Does
Oh,
he?
he does. He
Yeah.
does everything alongside. I get all the credit. I'm in the spotlight.
Yes.
He's back
Yeah,
doing the work too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
It's
on.
definitely a family effort. And our son Brady too.
yeah.
He never gets much mentioned, but he couldn't be a more supportive sibling. Really, it's
yeah.
really a beautiful thing.
It makes such a difference, and you all can be a possibility model then for other families that are experiencing the change and the growth in the ways that when folks come out and they have a safety net to fall into.
Thank you. That's true. And you know what I'm finding more and more is that parents are looking for information. Their kid comes out, most of the time they're accepting or they're open to being accepting, but they just don't have any information. And that's why it's so wonderful that groups like yours, like MTUG, exist to give information. We refer folks to your organization all the time, and I want to say on camera that MTUG, and especially its locker room support group, has been an absolute godsend for our family when our child was seeking information and other young trans masculine people. Those meetings were absolutely fantastic for him. And so from our family to MTUG, I want to donate this check for $100. I wish it could be 10 times as much or 100 times as much, but
Oh, that's lovely.
we
Jill.
really,
Thank you.
we really appreciate what you're doing too.
Well, and we and I appreciate your advocacy and your voice in this community, and so in this exchange, and one of the ways that we're sort of honoring some of the healers and the liberators and the trailblazers is we have this limited edition print that we had done by a transmasculine human, Bronwyn, who is an artist in our community, and you're going to be the recipient of one of our first prints of this. It says, "Your support is vital to our liberation," and it's from the Metro Trans
Oh,
Umbrella
that's
Group.
so beautiful.
So that's
Thank
for
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
advocacy and your
That's
work.
really cool.
And I'm so grateful to be a part of this liberation movement with you.
Me too. Me too. So donate, everybody.
Yes.
If you're watching.
Yes. Okay. So can somebody show me the little donation? Somebody bring over the donation banner, the lovely new one that's, what? We hit 1,000. We hit 1,000. We hit 1,000 this hour. Another 1,000. So we're up to 1,000. We're up to $1,000. Yes. Yeah. Well, yes. Okay. Yay. We did know that, Alex. But why don't you get me the large banner that has all the ways in which you can donate to our telethon. We're going to have Jen Norman coming back up at 1:40 in just a few moments. There's Alex. Okay. So, oh, perfect. So we've got, you go to St. Louis STL, metrotrans.com, and click the Donate Now button. You can text, we prefer you to text, but you can call. If you need to call, you can call. 314-287-5383 to make a donation. Or you can go to facebook.com, Metro Trans Umbrella Group, and click Donate.
And there's one other way.
Yes.
You can come by with a check, the old-fashioned
You're
way.
right, yes, you
That
see,
works
right?
too.
Yes, and you get a hug and maybe some cookies and come hang out. We do have a live studio audience for the duration, and so certainly human beings are welcome to come and participate.
We hit 1,500.
We hit $1,500.
There we go.
An hour and a half into this. Amazing.
Fantastic.
It's
Stripes to color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alex has some stripes to color. So that is amazing. Maybe we can do that as our transition into Jen. It will close off this part of our interview with Jill. thank you so much.
Thank you. It's
Thank
my
you.
pleasure to be
Yes.
here. PFLAG.org.
Yes, pflag.org. Check it out if you need social, emotional support for parents and loved ones of LGBTQIA folks. And so you're going to go over and do some painting, get us to that next notch. We're going to do the last couple of minutes here with Alex painting the thing, and I think we're going to change cameras now. Share our Facebook feed, please.
Is it recording? Oh my gosh. Hi, guys. So all of our paint supplies, the canvas, everything was generously donated to us by Dick Blick and University City. I went down and I talked to Michelle Sass, who is a good friend of mine. She's the wife of Jeff Sass, who's another good friend of mine. He's an amazing photographer. So I went to Michelle and I said, so we're doing this telethon. Do you think Dick Blick could hook us up? And she said, you know, I bet we could. So she gave me the information for Tom, who's the Dick Blick manager there in University City. And I went and talked to him and I wrote him a very well-constructed email, and he said absolutely yes. This telethon qualifies under Dick Blick's support, like their mission of community support. Dick Blick also supports Pride St. Louis and gives them money and supplies in June for Pride. So I really appreciate all of the effort and time and money that Dick Blick has given to MTUG and Pride St. Louis. It is hard to paint and talk at the same time, though. I'm not so good at this. I need background music. Thank you! We should play a song while I'm we'll sing, something epic. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't. Get over here. This is the most boring 2 minutes of the entire thing.
How is that boring?
I'm so excited. Okay, so we're up. So 500, 1,000, 15, right? Is where we're at? Yep, so I should stop. Yep, fantastic. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you. Bye, everybody. See you later.
You ready for me?
You ready, Melissa? I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm back. I'm gonna play a song here that really means a lot to me. It's a love song I wrote for my parents when they were celebrating 50 years of marriage just a couple years ago. It's called Unconditional. She was just a young girl, he was 16. She knocked him off of his feet. They both came from a small world, a country boy and a small town girl. Blonde hair blowing in the wind, pretty smile and pretty blue eyes. Young as he was, he knew right there, and he wanted her to be his wife. And it's unconditional the way he loves her so. And I heard him say it every day. Funny how time flies when you have true love by your side, yeah. Raising 6 kids along the way. So 50 years ago, they're saying I do. Wish I could see it, wish I could see you. My dad, well, he's a handsome man standing next to you in the preacher's living room, holding hands, making promises to love until the day they die. So here she is, all pretty and white. The preacher says, kiss your bride, and it's unconditional the way she loves him so. And I heard her say it every day. both simple, they don't need much. Just a little unconditional love. And if you ask them both, they'd say they would do it all again today. So welcome in. She's singing and she's cooking. He's smiling, a house full of kids. Some laughing, some playing, and some sleeping. The love we share will live forever on, even after they're gone. Every day we're so blessed, all because she said yes, and it's unconditional the way they love each other so. And I heard them say it every day. Funny how time flies when you have true love by your side, and they left the greatest gift along the way. 50 years ago, they're saying I do. Wish I could see it, wish I could see you. Thank you. Thank you all for listening. The song is called Taken by Surprise. Gonna dump you on your own someday. I know that's what they say. They don't realize that you took me by complete surprise. I'm gonna leave you when you need me most. I know it's what she holds. She don't realize that you took me by complete surprise. Was taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. They were green, warm, and they were bright, and I saw you look at me. I couldn't help but look back. In those eyes I found what we always lacked. Taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. Thought I was gonna marry him, but now I'm glad the lights went dim. That's when I realized it was you I wanted all the time. And though I said to take things slow, but my love continues to grow. Now I see that I can get your sweet smile off my mind. Was taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. They were green, warm, and they were bright, and I saw you look at me. I couldn't help but look back. In those eyes I found what he always lacked. Taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. Taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. They were green, warm, and they were bright, and I saw you look at me. I couldn't eyes I found what we always lacked, taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. Taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. Taken by surprise by the light in your eyes. Whoa, 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 Thank you. All right. I'm gonna play. This next song I'm gonna play is a brand new song. Well, I say brand new. I wrote it earlier this year, but I just recorded it. Have not released it yet, so I'm still working on all that. But the song is called Grace. All I need is to find some peace, 'cause somehow it's gone away from me. I need to lay my burdens down. It's too much for me to carry now. All of the seeds I've sown, the reaping is all my own. All that I need to know is you're still here. Oh, your grace, it carries me. Know how your face amazes me. When my feet are weary and weak, I always remember you carry me. You know my wildest dreams, as silly as they may be. None of them mean anything unless you're here. Know your grace carries me. Oh, how your face amazes me. When my feet are weary and weak, I'll always remember you carry me. Are you still listening? Please let me know. Speak to me. Forgive my childish beliefs, but are you still here? Know your grace, it carries me. Know how your face amazes me. When my feet are weary and weak, I'll always remember you carried me. always remember you carried me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think I have time for one more. Am I good? Okay, well, I'm going to go back and play. I told you earlier I have a CD that I released in 2016. It's called Speak Through Me. And play the title track to that right here before I go. Please, I hope you're all watching and listening out there. Please donate what you can. It is very much appreciated. Pick up my guitar, searching for inspiration. Around me there's love everywhere. I'm feeling frustrated. I can't put my thoughts on paper. What I wanna say just won't come out. Deep down I'm feeling safer. I wanna scream it loud, but I need the words to come and set me free. Oh, I need the words to come and speak through me. You see that girl over there, her pride is covered in shame. She's sitting all alone and scared. I don't even know her name. She sits alone in the back of the crowd, listening to what I have to say. I'm sure she wants to scream it out. I don't want to see a smile on her face, but I need the words to come and set me free. Oh, I need the words to come and speak through me. We all have our demons that we fight. so much. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much for sharing. We are, what, at 2 o'clock? Yep. Are we transitioned? Okay, it's 2 o'clock, almost. Here, talk to Amber. Amber Johnson. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Amber Johnson, as Sarah just said. I'm the founder and creator of the Justice Fleet, and we're here to do some community artwork today. So you want me to tell them about what I do?
Yeah, please.
So I'm a professor at St. Louis University. I teach communication and social justice. And I wanted to take some of the activities I do in the classroom to inspire transformative healing in my students out into communities for people who don't necessarily have access to university spaces. So using my gifts as an academic to change and transform the world. So I created the Justice Fleet, and we are a mobile social justice museum that fosters healing through art, dialogue, and play. And so we've done some events with MTUG and other community organizations where we bring canvas and paint, and we just ask people to think about things like implicit bias, what freedom looks like, how can we imagine new worlds that cater more to our bodies and our lives to mitigate things like gender violence and things like that. So today, we, the Justice Fleet, along with Dick Blick, donated art supplies and time to paint a community mural that will go in MTUG's headquarters. And when we sat down to design it, we wanted to focus on something that sort of symbolizes what freedom can look like, right? So breaking away from a flag that inspires hope, that pushes us to think about our own survival as acts of self-care over this landscape, this city known as St. Louis, that isn't always kind to all of us. But hopefully today, St. Louis shows up and shows out with kindness.
Right.
So that's what we're going for. So we've got some birds flying, we've got the arch, and we have our two groundbreaking painters here, Lyric and Cage, who busted through the red tape and started us off. So it's really exciting. So we'll be painting this for the next 24 hours. And we hope that people in our live studio audience, people who are watching at home and thinking, how can I get involved, will say, I'm going to go down there and paint. Come paint with us. We've got lots of supplies, lots of paint to go around. And the goal is to memorialize our loved ones right here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your
pleasure.
bringing your gifts to this
Always.
table. We appreciate you so much, and we're going to be visiting with you periodically throughout the evening. And all right. Okay, so we're going to head on over here, I think, to the main stage. Do a little quick check-in.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right. It's been a lovely 2 hours. I will hold up that we have an audience member, Tony, who is here, who's going to be a little shy, but she just planted in my hand a $250 check for the Metro Trans Umbrella Group. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feeling the love, y'all. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to talk about some of our sponsors because we have a few. The Coffee Cartel is going to be sponsoring breakfast tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, we've got Planned Parenthood of the St. Louis region and Southwest Missouri is also a sponsor, and they're going to be coming and talking about enrollment here in a little bit. Dick Blick's given us the art love. We've got interactive, engaged art the whole time. All the arts are going to be represented up in this space at this telethon. Laura Simone of Third Degree Glass Factory is also one of our sponsors. Pride St. Louis, y'all, they have let us take over this space graciously and lovingly. They're giving their space to us so that we can have this telethon.
Yes, thank you.
Got to give out the love to Pride.
Yes.
We got Taco Circus.
Woo, woo,
They are
Taco
feeding
Circus!
us dinner tonight. Thank you,
Yes,
Taco
Taco!
Serve. And the Justice Fleet. Again, giving the love, giving the art, giving the supplies, and holding some space with us during this telethon. This telethon is to create and maintain and engage transgender adults, building powerful organization, the Metro Trans Umbrella Group, which is a grassroots nonprofit dedicated to providing social emotional support for transgender adults. We have some ways that you can donate. We've got our website, which is stlouismetrotrans.com. You hit or click on the Donate Now button. You can text us. Are we on a different camera? Okay. You can text us at 314-287-5383. You can even call if you need to call. And we've got our Facebook Metro Trans Umbrella Group page, and you just click. What do you click? Donate. Right? Okay. So, lots of ways to be engaged. The proceeds are going to go to build capacity for the Metro Trans Umbrella Group. We want to make sure that we replenish our name change fund. We want to make sure that anybody who needs social emotional support can get it in the form of bus vouchers. And I just want to hold space. One of the ways that we're also fundraising is you can become a monthly donor for MTUG. Gonna say $80 a month is a lot of money to some humans and not very much to others, but $80 a month buys you a Metro bus pass that gives you freedom in this city. You can come to our social emotional support groups, you can get to doctor's appointments, you can be employed. So you can donate now and give us money right now, or you can be